Yes, we are in fact live.
Hi, so I'm Arborelia, and I'm going to be running this extremely cute platforming RPG called Napple Tale. So should I just get started?
I think let's go ahead and start because there isn't too much to do in the first few minutes of this, is
Yeah,
there?
there is not. Okay, new game. Here we go.
Let's all sit down to watch some anime.
Uh huh.
Hey everyone, I'm Random Salience. I'll be doing commentary on this game.
Yes, so this is Random Salience, who is now the second Napple Tale speedrunner. And I'm really glad to have her here on commentary. She's been playing the game, speedrunning it, and coming up with route ideas that I, would not have come up with. And I just got, a huge improvement to the world record using some things that Random Salience helped with. Anyway, so we get the whole intro to this game, which is just narration. We're going to be introduced to our main character, who's named Porch. So yeah, this game. The reason I know about this game, I think the reason anybody knows about this game is it has a soundtrack by the amazing Yoko Kanno. And I think I heard of its existence when I was just searching on, I think it was LimeWire or something. Napster was dead already, but I was looking for Yoko Kanno soundtracks. And then a track from this game came up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to know more about this. And then for like a decade, I didn't know more about it. Anyway, here's our opening song with translated lyrics that somewhat scan. So this game very recently got an English fan translation by Cargodin, and they are super cool. I get to talk to them about like what they were going for in aspects of the translation of the game. And the fact that there is this English translation is what makes it possible, because this game has a lot of text. So anyway, here's Porch, and she is going to a summer festival. Just meeting up with her friends, seeing the flower clock. We get to see all of this in, with occasional numbers of frames. And there's some kind of mysterious glowing orb that's following Porch around. Uh-oh, she's gonna touch the orb. And everything is gonna get a little trippier from here on. Orbs, not even once. Now, I could be skipping this. I could press the start button and the song would end and we'd, be a little closer to playing the game. But this is the all songs category. The songs are very important because they're good. They're really good music. And so
is so great, yeah.
I just appreciate that the community for this game, which more or less is the two of you, decided that there should be an all songs category.
Yeah, it doesn't even change the gameplay. If some major skip was discovered, then it could change the gameplay, but right now it doesn't change the gameplay, it's just you don't hit start during cutscenes. And the songs are the only cutscenes you can skip. Anyway, so she's like lined up at this like mystery show or whatever. Oops, now the fireworks are below her. Oh no, now the fireworks are in her ice cream. Anyway, I hope you followed all that. So, yeah, anyway, Porch has just fallen, face down on the flower clock or something, and is in now this kind of mysterious surroundings.
Yeah, there's going to be a little more explanation of what's going on later,
Yep.
but it won't necessarily make perfect sense.
And she just got her spectacular outfit that she will be wearing for the rest of the game. Yeah, apparently when Sega Japan pitched this game for possibly localizing, Sega of America's only response was something like, how does her hair do that? This doesn't make sense. I've heard something like that. And the soundtrack is by Yoko Kanno, and Porch is voiced by Maya Sakamoto, and the game was largely designed by a team of women, and everything is cute and has amazing talent going into it. Anyway, so now we're meeting our companion for this game, I guess, named Straynap, who tells us that he is our spirit guide. He very dramatically introduces himself here as, like, the Grim Reaper. And it's being a little spooky about things, and Porch is a little bit bummed to find out that she is supposedly dead. And it's just not the kind of thing you want to have dropped on you. And those are the six fragments of her soul, called petals, that are flying away in all different directions. So yeah, this is serious. And now Straynap is going to, show us into Napple Town, which is the cutest purgatory. Here's an overview of Napple Town. I love it. Hey, no, my soul, I need that. And so we've got some processing to do in the chapel here. Just kind of walk in from the clouds to the chapel. And here's Minister Druid and Mayor Frogcar. We'll meet them a little more in a moment. But Minister Druid is here to tell Straynap that he totally hecked this up. Because they've already got the soul that Straynap was supposed to go out and collect. It belonged to a cat named Porch. Yeah, Porch is like, my name is Porch, get it right, and Straynap's checking the contract, and yeah. Nope, this is not for Porch, this is for a cat. And yeah.
Yeah, the mayor.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the mayor here is a frog car. Part frog, part car.
All frog car.
そんなわけで私はせっかくの夏至再建物を台無しにされた上にナップルワールドとかいうへんてこな世界に連れてこられちゃった。しかも私の中に宿っていた妖精が飛び散ってこのままじゃ元の世界には戻れないらしい。ま、あの世にも行けないっていうのは良かったけどまだまだ死んじゃうわけにはいかないもんね。
So now we get to have an adventure. Yay.
And like any good adventure, this starts off with meeting a clown.
I also like her reaction to learning that Straynap's gonna keep guiding her around. She's like, okay, so, we'll see. Yeah, so here's Puro the clown. I'm gonna be, mashing through his text, but he speaks mostly in rhymes, and is a little unsettling. And I gotta make sure not to accept the tutorial. There we go. So yeah, he would have had us do a tutorial level, and we're not doing that, but he gives us the items we would have gotten anyway, and he also is gonna give us this thing. It's called Cheerwall. It's a cheerful little floating narwhal that follows us around. Cheerwall, yep. And so that's something called a paffet. And paffets are these, cute little beings that can help you out. And there are paffets that can follow you around, and there are furniture paffets that stay in one place. And when I started routing out this game, I was pretty disappointed that I couldn't find any particular uses for paffets besides the one that heals you. But then we got to start finding massive skips over parts of levels that you can do using a packet named Fluffly that turns into a balloon. And Fluffly has made routing this game so much more fun, and also just took like 15 minutes off the world record. I guess 10 minutes off the world record, but yeah.
And we also get to make a Paffet named Bumpert, who turns into a trampoline.
Yeah.
Who you'd think, considering when you see some of the levels that involve going up, you'd think would be more useful. Unfortunately, we haven't found too many uses for them.
Yeah, I really want Bumpert to be used for more things. There's so many jumps that Bumpert makes you jump just not high enough for. Anyway, Stray Nap's gonna let us live in his ice cream parlor, and he's showing us to our room, and Porch is like, hey, wow, why do you have this really girly room set up for me? And he's like, that's a secret. And, let's get some sleep. And, someone pointed out that, well, maybe the secret is that this is Stray Nap's room. And, yeah, I like that. Anyway, it's morning, and we've got to learn a couple more things about the game before we get to play it. So, by the way, this game considers itself an RPG platformer game. You know, there's this central town where we're meeting people and doing things for them, and the way that we get items and advance the plot is by going into platforming levels. And there's also a crafting mechanic to the game. Okay, so first, Stray Nap's showing us around the 4 streets of Napple Town that lead to the 4 different seasons. So, seasons are places in Napple World. Kind of time and space are all mixed up. Anyway, here's Melee. Porch is kind of into him, but also right now he's going to tell us about crafting. And he's giving us a recipe. And so recipes are how you make paffets. And Stray Nap's saying, oh, but wait a moment, don't you have a paffet? You should go get your paffet. We're not going to go get the paffet. That would take time. We'll do that later. And what we're going to do now is we're going to meet Alice. So, this game takes a lot of inspiration from Alice in Wonderland, and it's not really an Alice in Wonderland game, except for the fact that Alice is a character here. Here's Alice. She's very sleepy, because she's, like, terrified that when she goes to sleep, she's going to have nightmares about rabbits. And that's a problem that we need to deal with. We're almost to the point where we can start a level. We're just going to look at the gate here. And Stray Nap's like, yeah, hey, if you go through this gate, we'll get to a level. And yeah, we know that. So we're running, nope, and we're stopped again by a small child saying, nice lady, wait. So she really wants school to open. It's, you know, it's supposed to be spring, which is the start of the school year, and this overachieving child is very bummed that school isn't starting because spring's broken. And so we need to go fix spring for her. Anyway, now is the point where we actually get to go into a level. And the first level is called New Year's Day. I guess this is the Lunar New Year, given it's in spring. Yes, so I am playing this game on emulator. I'm using RetroArch Flycast to play it. And we allow emulating the game and speedrunning it because that makes it so much more accessible than having to get an expensive copy of the game and set up your Dreamcast and set up a capture card for your Dreamcast. When the level started, Porch was like, wow, what is that awesome music? And Stray Nap's like, oh yeah, those are the whispers of the pedals. But, oh wait, I need this. There's a bunch of items I need to remember to collect from this level because there's stuff we need to craft things.
Is there any RNG with the items that you get that you need for crafting, or?
There is not, thankfully. I was terrified that like getting the right set of pathits was going to require like using the gacha machine, and fortunately no. And the enemies always drop the same items.
Yeah, fortunately you can get enough, get the right type of items too, at the beginning of the game to make the paths that we're gonna need.
Yep, and I need these items called life. They are the things that give life to a pathit, and I need 3 of them ever because I'm gonna make 3 pathits. Anyway, there's this house here. It looks like Alice's house back in Napple Town. Every building in Napple Town has a counterpart inside one of the seasons. And so we're going to meet Spring Alice here. Spring Alice is the younger version of Alice, and she's crying about like her terrifying nightmares. And Strain Up's like, hey, maybe I can help. Just, tell Strain Up about your fears. And she's like, ew, a troll! Go away! And just smacks him out of the room. And her friends yells like, whoa, that was awesome! But anyway, we don't have the information we need to help Alice just yet. Yeah, Straight Up does put up with a lot of abuse. Like, he did, like, mess up Porch's soul, and Porch is sassing him all the time about that. And near the end of the run, we get the opportunity to be friendly towards him instead of just sassing him all the time. But if the frenemies ending is the ending we're going for, we're not going to do that. We're just going to mash the first menu option, which is the sassiest one. Even at the end of the game. Yeah, there's a piece of dialogue that we've already passed where Porch is like, yeah, I can trust Strain Up with my life, right? I'm gonna save.
Porch's sass in this game is really good. It's, yeah. If you play this, you can see there's some really good dialogue here.
Yeah. And we've now reached the boss. And we can tell the characters can tell there's a boss because it kind of stinks here. And Porch is about to remark on that. It's not, okay. Yeah, this place is eerie just because the music's creepy, is what Porch is mentioning. Anyway. So there's a snake who doesn't want it to be spring because he wants to keep hibernating, and now he's going to fight us about it.
And he has a mushroom on his head.
Yep. And it's a pretty easy boss because I can just stand behind him and just... He can't attack behind him, so there we go.
Good starter boss fight.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Porch does her victory pose, and then we get photobombed by Strainap, and then have a little chat about how that boss wasn't such a bad snake after all. And we're gonna go back to town, and there's even more explanation of things going on in this game. So hey, there's some cherry blossoms falling. There's a little bit of spring that's left, except you walk a little bit away from the gate, and the cherry blossoms aren't falling anymore. There isn't quite enough spring.
But at least you brought back enough spring for school to start again, so...
Yep. Minister Druid has a favor to ask of us. He wants us to craft a certain furniture packet, and so Strainap's going to explain a little bit about that. He gave us the recipe for it.
Do I have a moment to jump in?
Go for it.
All right, we have a $50 donation from Vorpy272. Been watching Power Up with Pride all day while doing projects. It's been great. Donating for the Celeste PowerPoint, because who doesn't like watching a PowerPoint?
Yay!
We also have an anonymous $50 donation. Thank you very much. All these donations are going to support the Trevor Project.
Hooray! All right, so this
I'm
is
hearing something.
yeah. So this is telling us about the mechanics of like disassembling the items that we collect from the levels and crafting them into paffets. So they come apart into these 4 elements that are called myths, but I'm gonna like refer to them as emoji sometimes. So you take objects apart into their constituent emoji and then put 4 emoji together with a life heart into a paffet. And it's right now showing us how to do it by crafting Krenkle Weiss the Gotcha machine. And that's going to hang around in 13 Ice Cream, which is the name of the ice cream shop we're in, and we could use it by putting coins into it and getting random items. That's the only use for coins, and we're not going to be using it, so we have actually no purpose for coins. But we do need to collect our paffet now. The first one we got, Cheerwall. And so this is these are the paffet rooms, or like the dormitories that paffets live in when we're not using them. And hi, Cheerwall, thank you for waiting for us. And now it's going to follow us around. All right. Got a couple things I need to do before I go back into the level. We're not going to talk to...
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're not going to talk to that small fairy hanging out at the fountain. She has a long and very depressing story. Yep, so we supposedly started the school year again, so let's go visit the school and see what's going on there. And so... this is like a music school, and they just need to start out with the music of spring. And the problem is that the music of spring is kind of hecked up, and it's making the kids, like, do this rave or something. Also, notice, like, the adults over there on the side. Are they the parents? Is one of these children Mayor Frogcar's child? Anyway, the headmaster of the school is cursing out the piano. And, expects us to do something about it. And Porch is like, no, I'm a little busy getting back the pieces of my soul. And Straight Up's like, no, you actually have to do this. Like, side quests are how you're gonna help, or not even side quests, like helping people with their random problems is how you're gonna get the pieces of your soul back. So that happened.
So if you saw, she's collecting these Napple seeds. Those are you need 4 of them to get an extra heart of health.
Yep.
And so it's usually a good idea to get 1 extra heart.
Yep. Anyway,
really be useful.
It's time to have a tea party with Alice. Then we get to really talk to her and find out like what's going on with her. And she's got a collection of blankets, and we ask her, well, what did you need the most when you were younger? And she's like, how about that paffet that's following you? I would have really loved one of those. And hey, we can actually follow up on that request.
I would have loved one of those too.
Uh-huh. So we go back into New Year's Day, because that's where the younger version of Alice is. I'm going to use the cheer wall.
Yosh.
Yeah, so now that I have cheer wall following me, I can press, I guess it's called the B button. I never understand non-Super Nintendo names for buttons. Oh, I want this. It's a recipe. That'll just help make it a little faster to craft our paffets. So yeah, if I press the B button, then it will use the power of the paffet. And here's the power of Cheerwall. That's about it. Also, it doubles the score that you get while it's active, for all that matters. Notice that score is not even on the screen. If I were using a real Dreamcast, it would be on the controller in the VMU. But yeah, it's a supportive friend. But now, young Alice needs a supportive friend. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Accidentally talked to the wrong girl. Okay. Can I offer you a paffet in these trying times? This is the paffet I've always wanted! Anyway, so she's happy, and we're gonna try to help her get to sleep now. And we're like, hey, can we clean up your room a little bit? And we just gotta find 3 items to clean up in the room. And this decision actually matters, because it changes what the next level is gonna look like, which 3 items we choose to clean up. Get the slippers, thank you. And now this also really matters, we need to pick the right blanket. It's the Timely Rabbit blanket. If we picked the wrong blanket, you know, you're supposed to remember the conversation. Oh, right, poem. What has 2 long, long horns and lurks in the dawnless forest? What has eyes of bloodshot red and lurks in the dawnless forest? Well, maybe we're going to find out, because now we're inside Wonder Bed. We are inside Alice's dream. So if you pick the wrong blanket, then Alice can't get to sleep, and you just get, like, booted out of the level.
よし メモしておこうっと
Another thing I should say about this run, and like the rules that we have for speedrunning it, is I'm using Turbo to mash through dialogue. I think using Turbo to mash through dialogue is a great idea. My wrists have, you know, had problems over the years, and I want to be able to keep playing this game, and I think everyone should be allowed to use Turbo. So it's very much allowed by the speedrunning rules, because we get to decide what the speedrunning rules are.
To answer your question, Xandra, paffet is the word, and it, as far as I know, is just a made-up word from this game.
Yep. And I think someone was asking about the etymology of Napple, which really is a portmanteau of nap and apple. You can learn that from commentary that's on the official Napple Tale website, which is not up anymore, but is preserved and translated by Kargadin, the translator of the game. There's kind of a lot of like extra Napple Tale lore you can get. Alright, I'm gonna get hammered a little bit here. It's fine. Oh, that's not fine, though. So, okay, there's a problem with edges in this game. If you land on the edge of a platform, you just kind of hover there, and everything is bad. Also, why? The crayons are mad. What's going on here?
You didn't put away the crayons.
Oh, I didn't put away the crayons. Why? Oh. I put away the picture book. I wasn't supposed to put away the picture book. Okay, it's fine. We just got angry crayons writing the word no.
Yeah, so this here's like you can see the books here. This area would be a little harder if she hadn't put away the books. Yeah, if you put away the crayons, they stop doing their electric thing. Putting away the blocks.
I want health. So
Putting away the blocks. Thanks.
Yeah, so there are those health dispensers that if you just wait around long enough, they give you up to 3 health. And that's like a really interesting trade-off in speedrunning. You don't want to take too much damage, because then you have to wait around for health. There aren't that many ways to heal.
覚えとくね
It's interesting because in a normal playthrough, like it wouldn't matter. You could just wait around fine, but only for a speedrun does
Yeah.
that really matter.
Anyway, we're here. And hey, there isn't like some spooky horned monster. There's just a cute little bunny rabbit. Porter's like, hey, I want to hug the rabbit. And Strayna's like, absolutely do not hug the rabbit. And then the rabbit's gonna like yell at us in sort of pirate speech, and we gotta fight the rabbit. The rabbit is very anxious. We have to catch the rabbit also, it's fast. Oof.
If this rabbit
There
was
we
always
go.
in my dream, I would consider those nightmares too.
Uh-huh. And now we've knocked some sense into the rabbit. Banui. And then we got a convoluted explanation of why the rabbit was so agitated and why it was haunting Alice's dreams. Hi, cat. And this is all the fault of the Mad Hatter, who does not otherwise appear in this game. But yeah, the rabbit's watch was stuck on March o'clock, and that made him go a little mad.
Hi, everybody.
Just pop in here to thank DJ Tatsujin for a $10 donation with no comment.
Thank you. And Forge is like, oh yeah, and I got a pedal. Like, this is something that's, happened before, which it hasn't. Oh, we get a song. We get a song for every pedal. And so yeah, this interestingly dressed fairy is one of our the petals of our soul, and it's rejoining us now, and we get these little floaty wings. They're kind of metaphorical or something, but yeah. Okay, so you're asking if Arsia and Daydream is like Alice in Wonderland. So sort of yes, but also Arsia or Arisia refers to porch in this game. That's like her last name. In the Japanese text, it's Arisia. But you can tell it's sort of like Alice, but Alice is also a different character. So yeah, there's a lot of inspiration from Alice in Wonderland and also an actual Alice, but that's it's mostly just a different story that has a lot of inspiration from it. But anyway, we got our pedal back, and that was not supposed to be the first pedal we got. Anyway, Stray telling us that we should get some sleep because we've just been adventuring and there is a city hall meeting in the morning. And yeah, so that's how every day is going to start from now on, with a city hall meeting where we meet the inhabitants of Napple Town and they tell us what's going on. Alright, next thing that happens, we get to plant the 4 Napple seeds, and I believe I collected all 4 of them, and so yeah, it just blooms immediately, and we get another Heart of Health. And I'm gonna be much happier having 6 hearts of health instead of 5. Now I'm gonna save in case I mess this next part up, because now it's time to craft our pathits to literally make some friends. Alice on Wonder Swan. Oh, also we gotta talk to the rocking chair. The rocking chair speaks in emoji. There's supposed to be a thing where we can, like, kind of understand the Pathit language, like, learn to figure out what the Pathits are trying to tell us. I'm actually still, like, working on a full playthrough of, like, all side quests of this game, so I don't actually kind of know entirely what the deal is there, but I know partially. Now it's time to take apart some stuff. And so this is our decoding machine, and we gotta find the right 3D spots on the objects with the right filter active. There it is. So yes, like the shooting star is made of light and Burning Man and different kind of light. I need to take apart a sundial. which is also made of light and transforming shapes, and hourglass. Next is a tornado. It's made of clouds. Come on, where is it? Oh, there it was. And
Yeah.
beefy arm, and going fast, and going spinny. That's what a tornado's made of. Go ahead. And was that it? Think so. So now I hit
The
select.
necklace?
Oh, did I? Okay, right, I forgot the necklace. Okay. Necklace is easy. Alright, and now I can hit select all and auto decode, because if I need extra copies of something, I can just hit auto. You only have to decode them once. And now I can put them together into the paffets. So we go to our paffet recipes, and I'm supposed to pick... Okay, so here I'm going to pick paffet number 7, Healy-Hoo, which is made of rest, which is filled in from the recipe, and vitality, and variation, and purity. And hit go. So having the recipe filled those things in for us, and I was like, hey, do you really... What did I do wrong? That's never happened before. Okay, so now I get to reload my game. Random Salience, do you have any idea what I did wrong there?
I didn't see anything wrong.
That's terrifying.
じゃ行ってみよう
Saw like
I think maybe you used momentum instead of vitality.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's a sort of similar looking.
Yeah.
is that the one that looks like the Burning Man?
There's the one, yeah. There's the one, the Burning Man, and then there's the
目の下
growing one.
But yeah, I used up a life, and I have only through the 3 life to make the 3 paffets, so I can't fail this. I've never failed it before. So let's do our decoding again. Wow.
It's a good thing we saved right before that.
Yep.
That's the one you used as the second one.
Yeah, that's the. That was not the right one.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Okay.
sense. Now I get it. Yeah, they do look really similar. There's like the Burning Man one and like the Intensity one. And yeah. Okay,
Gone cloud, fast spinny.
and one more is the necklace. Alright, so now we try to put them together correctly this time. Alright, so chair. Vitality is this one. Variation and purity. Much better. There's Healy-Hoo. Healy-Hoo's gonna heal us. Now, I'm gonna pick a random recipe, because I don't actually have to make the recipe I say I'm making. Now we put together Fluffly, which is atmosphere, and momentum, and variation, and orb.
Orb.
Just double checking that.
Looks good.
All right. Here's Fluffly. And once again, I'm going to tell it in crafting number 8, and I'm not. And make it out of atmosphere. And why don't I have a variation? Let's not make Bumper.
You didn't decode your extra things. Is that why you don't have an extra variation?
You're right. Yep. Okay, let's make Bumper. Wait, so yeah, I decode my extra things. Okay. We're losing like 4 minutes here. That's okay. So yeah, decode extra things. I forgot to do that again. Okay, so yes, I need to make Bumper. Bumper, it's very cute.
These are the only outfits you're going to make for the whole run?
Yep, so it's made of atmosphere and variation and dexterity and foundation. Bumper is sadly like the least essential one of them. It's sad because it's so adorable. I want to use it more. I want to find more things to use it for because being able to jump higher should help. So there we go. And now finally I need to go remember to actually pick them up from the basement. Here's the support room where we find Fluffly and Bumper. We can bring up to 5 packets with us. And we only need 3. And here's Healy-Hoo. So Fluffly turns into a balloon that lets you float a long distance and like skip over big things. Bumper turns into a trampoline, which lets you jump slightly higher. And Healy-Hoo heals you by 1 heart each time you use it. And healing is important. Anyway, here's the City Hall meeting. Yeah, and all these names were chosen by the translator, Cargodin, you know, as kind of translations of the Japanese names, kind of like the way that you would translate Japanese Pokemon names into English names that are differently cute. And so anyway, here's Alice coming into the town hall meeting. She's still sleepy. It turns out that if you haven't been getting good sleep, getting 1 good night of sleep is not really enough. Anyway, there was the problem we needed to solve with the school and the pianola being all hacked up. And we're supposed to talk to Melee, who might know somebody who knows how to fix it. And Porches is again like, wait, why do we have to do this again? And Serenap is just like, well, that's, you know, if you help people, that's how you get your petals back. All right, where am I off to now? We're heading back to the spring.
The game doesn't really expect you to already have one of your petals at the point.
Yeah. So, get to go into the 3rd level of spring, which is called the Wild Wind. I love this music. I love a lot of the music in this game, but this one in particular. At this point, I'm gonna try to get the attention of my partner, Glitch Witch, and say, there's this spider running around in here. I know we're nice to spiders. It would be nice if the spider was not here at this very moment. Do you think you could help with that?
That would be terrifying.
We found the spring version of Leap Academy.
Hey, the spider just wants to watch you play.
Yeah, and it's not really harming me right now. Anyway, we're meeting Rose, who is in the spring version of the music school, and she's going to introduce us to Mr. Geiger, who makes pianolas. And we're like, hey, do you know how to fix your pianola? And he's like, I made a broken pianola? Oh, so what? Or like, well, can you fix it? And he's like, well, I haven't actually made it yet, because time's all weird. And then this kid comes in. His name is Cole. And Cole's also the name of the headmaster. I'm pretty sure it's the same person, but Cole's just going to be like, Mr. Geiger's not going to fix your pianola because he sucks at making pianolas. And then Geiger kind of takes this as a challenge. But he's going to need us to go get some tools for him.
This part is annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything that can be done about this. As soon as you leave, the wind just blows right in your face, and you have to take a few seconds to get past that.
Yep. Anyway, here's Ms. Winky. Hey, we just barged into your house and haven't met you before, but we need your tools. Yep. Glitch Witch is gently removing the spider. I feel a lot better. Whee! This time the wind's in our favor. And so now Geiger's gonna try to figure out how to fix a pianola from the future. And that's all we're gonna do in the level so far. We're back to the music school. You once again start the music of spring. And this time the music's, right.
We can start school with an appropriate dancing. I guess the way that posts start?
Anyway, now we're supposed to go back and tell Geiger that it worked. So we're going back into Wildwind. Yeah, and house centipedes are, also pretty harmless, but also pretty creepy. They're not actual centipedes, they're different. And they just scoot around your house really fast. So we return to the music school, and we're like, hey, where's Mr. Geiger? And Rosie's like, Mr. Geiger is gone. He floated away like a music note on the wind. And yeah, apparently because he finished his purpose here in Napple Town, he got to get reincarnated. And so now he's gone, and he's left behind these musical notes, representing his best wishes for us or something. And so there's going to be these giant musical notes in the rest of the level that we could collect, because they make helpful platforms at the end of the level. And I used to think that it was important to collect enough of them. Like, there's one. But what Random Salience showed me is that it's not important in the slightest. Like, as long as you can double jump confidently, you don't need any of them. There's another one down there. It's very out of the way. And what's going to be coming up is our first use of Fluffly, and it's an awesome use of Fluffly. And I'm also going to give credit to Random Salience here for figuring out a way to use it to even skip a cutscene.
Is that later on in the run?
It's right here, and so now I activate Fluffly, and it turns into a balloon, and now we just fly off into the third dimension, and yeah, we don't need to spiral down that thing anymore, and we get to drift on this balloon far enough that we can just drop into the door of the windmill, and it skips a cutscene that, like, shows the 3 windmills coming up.
Oh. Okay.
There's other cutscenes like that I want to find out a way to skip, but I kind of haven't yet.
Besides the cutscene scene, there's that whole pillar that you have to like normally spiral all the way down.
Yeah. Although
And so using Fluffy, you just skip right off it.
Yeah, I used to just fall down it, and there was a pretty fast way to fall, but yeah. I got the timing well there. I didn't even have to, like, get smashed by the hammers. But I think getting smashed by the hammers is still better than, like, waiting for another cycle. Alright, now is the wind going to be our friend today? No. Come back, wind. I need you. Alright. Sometimes I get the timing where the wind will just carry me up in one fell swoop. It's amazing. I think it's a global cycle.
I would think so, yeah. The other wind seems to be.
I'm saving before every boss in this run, because... Oops, wait, I need to hit the bells. We need to summon a taxi. So saving before every boss is important, because if you die on a boss, that is absolutely game over. They didn't give a way to, like, continue from it. If you die on a level, you get to restart the level, but if you die on a boss, you just have to reload. It's really weird. I think they just didn't think about that a little bit. Anyway, here's our taxi. It's a fish dragon thing. It's actually been flying around the level the whole time. It'll take us straight into danger! Hooray! Let's go!
Yeah, so here's the spot with the music where the other musical notes would appear if you hit them.
Yep.
But you can make these jumps fine.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's nice. Didn't make me start over. And we get the one red note, which is essential. I don't know why, like... But yeah, anyway, here's Caterpillager, the destroyer of spring. And we're just gonna stand right in its face and hit it a lot. And it's trying to send out these shockwaves, and they don't count because we're too close to it. Oh, I didn't get the one cycle though.
Can you hit it when it's all
Also,
spinning like this?
Nope.
No.
Wow, not getting one cycle is really rough then.
Yeah. And that was spring. We got our pedal back, so we get another song about spring.
覗いた外に春の風映った瞳花鏡背伸びしてみた昨日の景色裸足で見てる今日の景色
And we get a nod from our fairy, who is going to rejoin our soul. And then, like, the next conversation that Porch and Straight Up have is going to be like, wow, I got my... Porch is going to be like, wow, I got a pedal back, so this is what it feels like. I feel so refreshed and full of energy. And it's because we were not supposed to get the Wonderbed pedal first. The Onward Time pedal is what it was called. And that was actually a kind of skip, because the New Year's Day level is supposed to become inaccessible after you start doing the thing at the school. And you have to go, like, help out Ciel by making her a sketchbook, and there's this whole side quest. But as long as we complete it early enough, then we're fine. And so that's the thing that's most important to do out of order. And these bonus packets that we get when we get our pedals, there are things we could bring with us, and there are like these kind of glowing things in the levels, and if you use the packets there, you unlock a bonus level that's full of coins. We don't need to do a bonus level that's full of coins, so we don't need those. Anyway, good morning. Yeah.
Yawn is so cute.
Uh-huh. Is there a Japanese RTA community for this game? I have absolutely no idea, but I kind of doubt it. But I really don't know, and I would love to find out a more definitive answer to that. Anyway,
It says 13. Whenever it says 13 ice, like I still have a hard time parsing that as an address as opposed to like a date.
Yep. So the name 13 Ice is a play on the Japanese name of Baskin Robbins is 31 Ice Cream.
Oh gosh. No, this is purgatory, not heaven.
Anyway, so just chatting with some people at the town hall meeting, and then the headmaster comes in and picks up his delinquent students. Like, how dare they skip class to go participate in civics? Alright, what am I doing now? We're going to the summer.
Are we done forever with spring, or are we going to be back?
We are done forever with spring. And we mostly just do the seasons in order. I tried to find clever reasons to do them out of order, but didn't really find any. The only things that are out of order is that there's the 2 extra pedals called Onward Time and Reverse Time, and we do Onward Time first, and Reverse Time right before winter. Anyway, here's Jackson, the cow bartender. He runs the cattle bar.
And Birch is sort of surprised to see a talking cow,
As opposed
despite having already seen a frog car and a talking tree and so forth.
Yeah, those are just perfectly normal. Talking cow bartender, though, that requires a moment of reflection. Yes, Jackson is the name of the bartender. Anyway, this level is called Hydrangea. It's very rainy.
We're gonna see some really good fluffy skips.
Yep.
In this area.
Getting on the snail taxi. The snail taxi goes pretty fast, or snail boat. We can make, as long as you hold right, it goes pretty fast. Here's one of those cutscenes that just like shows you the upcoming part of the level.
This one's very tall and probably not skippable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've tried. Porch goes spinny. And so there are these 4 spires. And now I could start fluffling between the spires, but there are just too many useful places to use fluffly in this level, and I'm gonna not do that for the first one. Because this one goes by pretty quickly regardless. We only get to use fluffly 3 times. If we use fluffly a 4th time, then it will get exhausted and go home. You can see that as the 4 that's... Whoa! Whoa! Okay, this is possibly bad. Okay, good. If that platform had disappeared from under me and I'd landed down there next to the door, I would have had a long cutscene where I met somebody named Lord Stone. We do not need to meet Lord Stone. So, yes, what are you looking at? This game is called Napple Tale. It is a Dreamcast game that only came out in Japanese. But it's recently gotten a fan translation, and it's kind of an RPG platformer. Now, this is a fun, fluffy skip, if we get it right. Just kind of drift over here, and what are we going to land on? There doesn't look like there's a lot to land on here. We're going to land on this. Hey!
Oh, wow.
That one is really cool.
So it's
And-
like a whole propeller section you just skipped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like more platforming we have to do down there. There's like another cutscene for like one of the switch puzzles. But yeah, we can just float over all of this. And let's also float over this.
Yeah, this pond has kind of a long cycle. So if you make the cycle, it's good, but if you don't, it's better to just fly over it.
Alright, and so now we're going to meet the boss of this level. It's named Teru Teru. It is a kind of teleporting Sherlock Holmes that says Teru Teru a lot. Also, it has the most calming boss music.
Just some really excellent boss design in this game.
One problem with this boss is the camera. The camera's going to be our nemesis in a bit. Like, if the camera decides to start rotating, yeah, it's rotating, here we go. It just is often unhelpful. Alright, that's our 5th hit, and that's going to take us to the next phase. Gotta dodge some explosions. I didn't fully dodge, okay. Hit him, he's going to try to teleport us away, back off, hit him again. Oof. Oof, I jumped into the teleport. Oh god, oh god. Heck. Alright, where are we? Here. There we go. Yatta! So, once again, do our victory pose, get photobombed by Stray Nap. Talk about the weather a bit. Alright, I'm gonna go back in. I noticed that we don't get to heal between levels unless we go home, but I think I'll be fine. And also, Fluffly's still at 1 charge, and I believe that I can get a flower that recharges Fluffly by 1. Yes, it's very important to do your stretches at the start of a level.
How else do you recharge your
Yeah,
Fluffly and other paffets?
yeah, you can go home to your room, and that restores your health and all of your paffets. Or you can pick up flowers from enemies. So, hey, we're at the summer version of 13 Ice, and Porch is like, hey, where's Summer Straynap? And Straynap's like, I'm right here. Porch is like, where's Summer Me? And Straynap's like, it's confusing. Can I see my room? Okay. Oh, my room's kind of blah. Let's leave. Just a little thing about the weird metaphysics of Napple World.
Is it something confusing about like not meeting yourself or whatever?
It's like,
Yes. Something about how like when you're in the world, when you're in the season, you turn into the seasonal version of yourself. I think.
oh god. Let's get out Healy Hoo. So, now Healy Hoo is healing us. But I want to... let's use it again, actually. Oh, now we've reached the ocean, and it's okay. Straynap is going to part the ocean for us. And for the first time, Porch is like actually impressed with something Straynap has done for her. Oh god, that was a flower. I needed that. There will be another one somewhere. I needed that on Fluffly. If I have to use up the last Fluffly charge, it's fine. I can just go back. Yeah? Random Salients, were you going to tell me a good place to find...
Oh, no.
Okay.
I was basically just going to say the same thing that you did, that like there's only one place that I think that you need to use Fluffy here. So
Yep, there it is. Okay. Okay, well, gotta wait for this platform, because we're gonna get a good Fluffy launching point up here, and it's gonna let us fly over this entire section where giant crab claws just thwack you. Yep. It's too close to the wall. Anyway, it looks like we're flying so high up because the waterfall is going downward behind us.
This is a little disorienting. I also appreciate that the little spitty things that try to push you off the platforms don't just like immediately send you flying off into the void.
Yeah, you can just kind of push back against them, which is what I'm doing. Once again, it's important to save before a boss to be marathon safe. Alright. I hear that Power Up with Pride chat likes puns, and actually aquatic puns. Oh, also Porch remarked something about this place, which is it smells like actual butt. That's a quote from the game. But now we're going to meet the Napple Squid. First he's just going to whack us sideways with his tentacle, and then he's going to unleash an onslaught of aquatic puns at us.
Them out loud.
Alright, let's get cracking. Ah, the season of summer. It sure is hot, ain't it? You traveled a long ways to get out here. Welcome to Long Beach. Anyway, now we must fight. 4 hits in on there. If I hit these missiles back at the correct angle, they will hit the squid. There we go. There we go.
While you're fighting, can I do a donation?
Go ahead.
We
Oh,
have a
except... Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we have a $308 donation from
Wow.
Meg Mac Attack,
Thank you, Meg.
bringing us to $69.69.
Nice! Anyway, that's the boss, and now we are going to return some of these puns at him. Summer is for the fishes now. Bye now, Calamardi de Verci! We just fought in a turtle epic battle to the death. You gotta be squidding me. You're too sophisticated for your own good. Anyway, Summer Sparkle belongs to you now. Good boy, my once summer of youthful passion. It just keeps going. Yeah.
And Meg's donation comment was always really happy to see Power Up with Pride. Much love from the Edge Cases.
Yay!
Thank you, Meg.
Thank you, Meg. I ran this game during the Edge Case Collective Undefined Behavior Marathon and set a world record of the game during the marathon, and that was fun. And that was even before we had all this fluffly tech. So now the world record's a lot faster, and I will not be beating it. Especially not after messing up the packets. Anyway. We're at the Napple Tale Summer Festival, and Puro the Clown would love to show us around the festival. We're like, okay, sure. I like festivals. And by show us around the festival, he means drop us into a bunch of mini-games. So this is one of the places where we actually get to use Bumper. These jumps are just fine to make, but let's switch to Bumper. And place your trampoline right there. And this one we can just make with a long double jump. Now we get to play Whack-A-Mole. I'm gonna try something. So I'm gonna switch to Healy-Hoo. I did... Oh, that didn't work. I did a thing in one of my runs where I hit Healy-Hoo at the right time as I was leaving one of those, and it healed me for 3 hearts instead of 1. And so that was cool. I want to see that happen again. Here is the summer version of the Cattle Bar, where we get to meet the summer version of Jackson, who is very much the same, except he moves in a French accent. Il n'y a plus de lait. Anyway, there's not enough milk. The cattle bar can't operate, because the milk all comes from one cow named Little Holly, and she's too scared of the fireworks. So this one is going to spin a thing on the roulette wheel and drop spikes on all but that color, and then we just run through it.
At some point, Porch makes a comment about how these games don't really seem like fun and seem more deadly than usual.
Yeah, she's starting to be a little skeptical of Piero's idea of how to have a good time at a festival. So we're just gonna pull this. Switch to bumper. Should have done that sooner.
よろしくね。
Is that just like a required bumper usage, or is there like...
You can pull the blocks, and
Oh, okay.
it just takes a long time. So this is the place where Bumpert saves time, and we would love to find more of them, but we haven't yet.
As it is, it's not really clear whether it's actually worthwhile creating Bumper, because it takes some time to make them.
Yeah.
But I think it's better to do it this way because Bumper's just so cute.
Yeah.
We have to, like.
Yeah, you have to take the time to both disassemble an extra item and to make Bumpert. So yeah, this is the shooting gallery. It is a bit of a tedious minigame. There's just this thing shooting these giant corks at the column that we're standing in, and we need to knock all of the objects off the thing. Hey, I'm on top of the bowling pin. Being on top of the objects is great because now we don't even have to dodge. Oops. Oh. Jump too soon. Also, are those like identical people with identical plants watching us from their windows? What's going on here?
Yes.
I'm not even sure what the window's in either.
Uh-huh.
There's just a blank wall there. Huh. Never really noticed that before.
So I appreciate that. Like, we get a prize after all these mini games, but we're not interested in that prize in the slightest.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the stuff in the chests are just recipes, which you don't need because you can craft the paffets if you know the right ingredients.
Yep. One of them is an apple seed, which, if we didn't already have all the apple seeds we wanted, then we could collect that, but, you know, we've got all the ones we want. I'm going to collect a heart here.
And if you collect the apple seeds unnecessarily, then you just get an extra cutscene of planting them.
Yep. Anyway, now we gotta fight whatever the heck this plant is. It's like...
More incredible boss music.
Uh-huh. It's a mutant phoenix flower that causes explosions and poison gas and stuff. Spends a lot of time hovering up in the air where it's a little hard to hit without double jumping. There we go. And Porch was expecting to get photobombed by Strain Up again, but this time Strain Up's over sulking in the corner. There's something on his mind.
そんなわけでお化け放線火をやっつけたら夏至祭の石が
7K!
再び大にぎわい
Holy heck! Elder is they. I don't know which elder, but hooray, 7K!
私と SN にすごく感謝
Cow
してく
victory
れた
pose!
夏至祭でしか手に入らないナップルミルクをくれたんだ
Yep,
ちょっ
we
とだ
got
けねじって
a
中身を
a
少し
$1
残しちゃったけど
donation from Lori D. Bunnykins just saying nope, and a $31 donation from Garby saying, sorry friends, I had to break the double nice number, but hey, 7K is pretty cool, right? Put this towards Freya's Lonely Rolling Star on Stepmania.
Awesome. That's a very good song. So we're about to be like sprayed by strawberry milk. And we get another one of our petals back. Neat. Also, I just love these scenes that are just some kind of pointless thing going on. The art style for this game is just lovely in every way. And we get another bonus packet that we don't need to use. And once again, it's time to go to sleep. Yeah. And this is just the same morning routine. And we've got all our packets still. Oh, we gotta talk to the rocking chair again. It's trying real hard to communicate with us. And Strain Up is very unhelpful. Like, he's supposed to understand Paffets, but he's very unhelpful at, like, telling us what they're saying. He's like, oh, I think it's trying to talk to you. And Porch is like, yes, hence my question. Anyway, got another town resident here in the town hall, which is Ellie, the maid, and she is here to deliver a message from her boss, and the message is, not on your life. She is the maid of Mr. Little Money, the wealthy jerk, who we are about to meet. So most of these characters, if we don't meet them in town, we don't get to meet them inside the level, and then that would not advance the plot. We're just gonna run by Ellie for now. And we're gonna meet Mr. Little Money, and he's like, what do you want? Shoo, shoo. So he's a big jerk. But we had to get yelled at by him so that we can go meet the autumn version of him. Oh, wait. We've got to meet the important person, which is Cecile. So we're being introduced to Cecile, this sad young girl. So we talked to her a little bit, and she's sad about something. She's got this garden, but like some of the planters are like unplanted now. She's kind of letting her garden fall apart, and we need to go meet the autumn version of her to understand what's going on with her. And what is going on with her is kind of the opposite of Alice. that instead of being like afraid of the past, she is like overwhelmingly nostalgic for it. But that's going to happen a little bit later. First, we got to deal with Autumn, Mr. Little Money.
よし
Do I have a little moment?
Yeah, go for it.
I just wanted to thank someone for an anonymous $10 donation.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Trevor Project, which provides crisis intervention services to the LGBTQIA community.
Yay. Alright. So, Ellie's telling us, oh hey, my boss is acting really odd. He's actually, like, being charitable. But he's, like, trying to throw this autumn festival and give Napple pies to all the needy children, and he can't do it because he can't get to his money. Why are there needy children in Napple Town? I don't know. It doesn't really seem like there should be scarcity. But anyway...
The scarcity because this guy is hoarding all the money.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, the thing about his money is it's all at the bottom of this well. So now we need to enter the Moaning Well. And one thing about the Moaning Well is it's, you know, partially full of water. And so they're gonna look at it and it's like, alright, what do we do about the water? And Porch is like, I know, I'll hit this switch. And Straight Up's like, no, wait, you can't just hit random switches. And Porch is like, ha ha ha, drain go burr. But we need to hit 3 switches before we can actually drain some water. Oh, there's the other one. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. I need to fall down here. And hit this switch. Oof, mimic chest. And we get these lovely vocals in the music of this level. And that's all the draining we need to do. What was the origin of what? I was memeing. That was not the actual dialogue. I've probably missed something in chat though.
I think Meg was talking about the elder is they.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, we've just got this kind of minecart section, which is the water slider. And, you know, if we mess it up, we just take a little bit of damage. Oof. And we have reached the boss of this level, which is Smok Finansky, the Dragon Banker. He's got all the money, and he's saying he's too busy to deal with whatever we need to talk to him about, because he's trying to keep track of all his money, and all these snarks keep coming in and like moving and stealing his money. So we're only going to get to talk to him if we help him out with this. And if we let the snarks move his money or take it, he's going to get mad at us, and just mad at everything, and just kind of like burninate some things. So we just need to try and hit a bunch of snarks. No. It's getting mad. And the camera, once again, is a bit of an enemy here. Just not showing us where they're coming from. You'd think stereo sound would be more helpful here than it's being. Well, just have to wait through that cycle as he moves his money back into place. There we go.
Does that thing like try to kill you too?
Oh yeah, you have to jump over it. So yeah, if we do it really well, then we don't have to deal with that cycle. And if you mess up too much, then he starts breathing fire.
そんなわけで頑固者のドラゴ
But
ン
yeah,
を
now that
説得した
we've solved that
私たちは
problem, apparently we just get to
リトルマネー
withdraw
の
Mr. Little Money's
小さな
money
願いを
for him.
果たせたと
Didn't even need to show
屋敷に
ID.
戻ったのでした
Hi, Vani, thank you. Oh, I skipped over a pun. I'm sorry. Which is like, great, now I can order the Golden Wind for my autumn festival. And Porch is like, how do you get the wind shipped to you? And both Mr. Little Money and Strain Up answer, airmail. Anyway, now we get to do the rest of this level called Red and Gold. This is kind of like the nexus for all of the autumn levels. And this is a level where it really because the whole level is a big spiral, it really looks like there should be a way to skip to a later section using bumper, but I can't find it. Like it's always just not high enough.
Yep. I've encountered the same thing.
Oh, okay. So when you fall off the level, it's usually fine, because you just respawn on the last safe ground. The time when it's really a problem is if you land on a previous part of the level, and then you're in that previous part of the level. So we just gotta make sure to fall down into the leaf lava or whatever this is, if we get knocked off. Also, I'm gonna get out Healy Hoo.
よろしくね
Hey, I made the mushroom cycle. The camera's pretty unhelpful here also. There's like holes in the platforms that you can't see because you're seeing them edge on. But anyway, here is the autumn version of Cecile's house. And so we're going to meet the autumn version of Cecile. And Cecile keeps being the opposite of Alice. The autumn version of her is very old.
目はしておこうっと
And she's just kind of staring at the wall. And she's got a mirror that's doing something. We need to make sure to look at the mirror or else the plot wouldn't progress. But now we can finish this level. Nope. Alright, so we meet the boss of Red and Gold, which is this tree, and this tree has issues. In particular, the issue is that instead of fruit, the tree is producing bombs, and somehow it's the fault of that creepy mask in the background, and so we need to hit the bombs at the creepy mask. And not hit them at the tree, which is a little bit tricky sometimes with the angles. Let's get that one out of there. This is going well. Ha! That was a fast fight.
That is
Wow,
probably
nice.
one of my favorite boss fights in this game, and just in terms of like that is unique and kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Hi Liz, what the heck is this game? Yeah, it's Napple Tale, and it's really cute and awesome, and it is a game that I speedrun. Anyway, we get the autumn wind back, and we get to ask for about 100 tons of Napples, which are a fruit. Yoko Kanno did the music for this game, and that is what brought the game to my attention. I listened to the official soundtrack for maybe 15 years before getting to play the game. For a long time, I couldn't even see what the game looked like. And then, like, eventually there was, like, a long play of it on YouTube. But it was still all in Japanese, and my Japanese is really not that good. But last year, it got a fan translation into English. Anyway, Mr. Little Money is apparently being all philanthropic and everything. Hooray. It's not gonna last. But we get a little song about the Autumn Festival. So we got our Autumn Petal, and we still need to come back to Autumn later in the game to get the to finish with Cecile's plot, which is going to give us the reverse time petal. But we're not going to do that yet because I think it's a little more efficient to go on to winter now.
そんなわけで私は秋のペタルを取り戻すことができたんだ。そして秋が帰った
Anyway, Autumn has returned to Napple Town. So when you restore the seasons, like then when you're standing on that appropriate street, there's like things falling that are appropriate to the season, and there's special music for it instead of just the general town music. It's cool. Anyway, Mr. Little Money's like, "Ah, what idiot just gave away all my money," and storms off, not knowing that it was himself. And we get another Paffet that we won't be using. And bedtime. Good night, world. Once again, same morning routine. I think we even have to talk to the rocking chair again. No, we don't. Okay, cool. So, once again, town hall meeting. And once again, we're gonna encounter Ellie the maid at the town hall meeting. But she runs in, she's really scared, and she needs us to hide her. What is she so terrified of? She is terrified of this terrifying woman who saw Ellie talking to a man that she is interested in, and thus wants to thwap Ellie with whatever that is that she's holding. And we just kind of conceal Ellie from view and say, "Oh, we haven't seen her." Yeah. Are the streets okay? Anyway, it's time to go on to the winter levels. And the first winter level, oops, this way. The first winter level is called Fjordland, and a couple things about this level. It's long, it's got kind of difficult platforming, and it's got uncharacteristically bad music, and I'm sorry about that. Hope later would make sense. Yeah, that's not the chant, but it's funny.
It's the chant now.
So yeah, Fiorland has a lot of vertical stuff to it, and a lot of bouncing on balloons and stuff, and these Ferris wheels that can have kind of long cycles. And unlike most of the levels where there's one path through the level, in Fiorland there is like, you can be higher and lower in the level, and it's kind of like a Sonic level in that you generally want to stay higher and then it's easier. But sometimes you fall down. I'm gonna try not to fall down too much. But first we gotta stop in the house of Winter Frogcar, and Winter Frogcar's got a problem. He's trying to hibernate for the winter. His transmission's freezing up, but he can't hibernate. He needs something to warm him called Phantom Stew. And for some reason, Straynap is the one who can make this Phantom Stew in his ice cream maker, but we need like the recipe and the ingredients, and so this is the problem we need to solve in the winter. And there's a little conversation where it's like, okay, so just filming in here, what is Mayor Frogcar? Is he a frog? Is he a car? Oh, I wish I hadn't fallen there. And Straynap's like, he's a frog car, what's the problem?
I don't understand your question.
Alright, let's get out Fluffly.
よろしくね。
And so once again, this is a level where we can skip big parts of it just by using Fluffly. Oh wait, there we go. Get to this balloon and gotta bounce off when it's high. There we go.
よろしくね。
And this is another good launching point for Fluffly. Hi Garg, bye Garg. You can encounter that guy in like platforms that are somewhat difficult to get to, and he's got like secrets. I have not yet unlocked all of his secrets. But we don't need to talk to him in the speedrun. Okay, gonna get on these stairs? Yes! But now I gotta wait for them to go back up, because I still want to be higher. Hey! At least I'm making these stairs cycles. Yeah, I just go down here. And get on here. Oh, dang. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for another cycle because there is a wonderful Fluffly launching point that Glitchwitch found for me, or suggested I should try, when I launch from this platform when it's at its highest. But now.
よろしくね。
There we go. I thought so. And I get to skip some really tricky bouncing on balloons and just bounce on the last few of them. Grab the handle, thank you. Yeah. To be clear, she hasn't played this game, but she still comes up with strats for it. You are awesome, Cat. Alright, and just gotta do this last Ferris wheel, which is a big long cycle. But anyway, I got all the Fluffly skips, and I've saved, I've spared you about 3 minutes worth of this music. So I'm going to mention once again that, we have a growing speedrun community for this game, which is me and Random Stallions, who is here on commentary with me. And you too could be a speedrunner. We try to make it pretty accessible to speedrun. You can run it on emulator like I'm doing. You can use turbo like I'm doing. And you can use the English patch, of course.
And this is also just a pretty approachable game in general for speedrunning.
Yeah.
I'd never done any speedruns before this. I got into it pretty easily, so...
Yeah, your time was within about 15 minutes of mine when you did it. And then I made it faster. But it was a really good first run. Anyway, here's the jet coaster. We've seen its track behind this entire level. We need to go back behind the entire level, because the end of the level is in fact right before the start of the level. It would be great if we could just fluff leave from the start to the end. It doesn't seem to be possible.
It sounds like you tried that more than once.
Uh-huh. Oof, I'm taking damage that I should not be taking. I just need to duck more. So yeah, there's like choices of where to go on this roller coaster, and you always want to go left. Whee! We're Sonic the Hedgehog. And we've got another amazing boss coming up. Alright, we just gotta duck under some more electrical thingies, go around some more loop-de-loops.
Here's the start of the level.
Yep. Alright. Gonna save the game here. And so then we encounter this. And it's like, whoa, a festive train. And Pierrot shows up. He's like, would you like to ride on my festive train? And Forge's like, sure, heck yeah. And then Pierrot's like, by the way, I rigged this train so that if it ever slows down, it explodes. And Forge is like, wait, what the heck? And Pierrot's like, I got this idea from a movie. He's not actually like that. Not cool, Pierrot. But anyway, now we've got to fight the train. This is the hardest phase of it, because you just need to be standing next to it, and when you're standing next to it, it's got all these particles it shoots at you.
This is extremely Toho.
There we go. Good position. Alright, so that was phase Ichi of the boss. Now we're on to phase Zwei, which is the light bulb phase. You can hit any light bulb. One of the light bulbs has a fish in it, which shoots explosions at us. But we can just take a lot of damage now because, like, you get a full heal after every phase of the boss. And here we are on to phase Trois, which is this extremely spooky teddy bear thing. Ow.
I like how it's 3 different languages for the numbers.
Uh-huh.
And can anyone guess what the 4th phase is going to be?
just gonna be 4.
So the 4th phase is going to be the fusion of the previous 3 phases. And we get this amazing reveal animation. I'm at the combination staple gun, or like the combination stapler light bulb fish teddy bear. Also, it's some kind of T-Rex or something. It is absolutely the most amazing animation in this game. Now we have to fight this thing, which has all of its attacks, except now the staples go over our head, so it's actually really easy.
Do they only go over your head because you're so close?
Because we're so close and it's so tall. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of bosses where they just like didn't think about the thing doing damage to you if you're really close to it, which is weird because you have to be really close to it to do the damage. But yeah, that was the boss. I believe it's a fish and a light bulb. Anyway, there's a quick thing where we hopped off the train, which is good because now the train's gonna hit a wall and explode. And now here we are for some reason back at the train platform, and Porch is like, what was the deal with that? Why did any of that happen? What did that even mean? Why is it every time this clown shows up, really painful things happen? And she's getting kind of mad about that. And Straynap is taking it personally for some reason, but he's mostly just being mopey about the fact that Porch is going to leave this world sometime. Maybe within like an hour or so. Alright, I think I can still go into the next level without having to go home and heal. So let's go to the Snow Corridor. This is one of my favorite levels. And we're back to having good music. The train music was also really good. Anyway, do our stretches, breathing exercises. Alright, we're ready to do some platforming. And I'm gonna be... Okay, let's get out Healy Hoo because I need to heal. I just gotta dodge some bouncing snowballs. And I generally want to beat up enemies so that they can drop items and like heals and stuff. But if you beat up those dragon things, then they turn into 3 smaller dragons, so that's not really helpful. Oh, by the way, now speaking of whether we like Straynap, we're in the winter levels. And we need to start making decisions about whether to be nice to Straynap. And this is about choosing the epilogue that happens after the credits. And I believe that the Frenemies ending was way in the lead, so we should not be nice to Straynap when we got the opportunity. Is that still the case?
I will go double check that.
Ow. Okay, right. The Frenemies ending is the one I always get anyway, because it's the one where if you just choose the first menu item, you are in fact choosing all of the meanest responses. Anyway, bit of an intended shortcut right there. I would really love to find some flowers that restore power to my Healy Hoo. Finding hearts is also okay. Oof.
Oh no, you saw this game without hearing its music? Oh, that's a shame.
To clarify, the Frenemies ending is the current one in the lead.
Uh-huh. Yep, alright, so I'll be going for that. Ow, that's too much damage. Okay, well. So we reach the end of the level and Fortune's like, hey, I don't even have to fight a boss? Sweet, and we just get to go directly on to the next level. Which is cool, except I've got this, you know, I still want to get some more Healy-Hoo power sometime, because this level is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, so that's the thing that would be good to figure out for the future is in addition to the items that are dropped, the hearts and flowers the enemies drop are also not randomized.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to learn like which drops can be found in which locations.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the Crystal Palace, and it is the last level of winter, and there are some things going on, like, you know, ice physics and spikes. Alright, we don't even have to go in there, as it turns out. The plot is not advanced usefully by going in there. So we gotta go up this tower. It's very spiky and very spirally. And so this is the big problem with this stage, is if you fall off the platform, you end up in an earlier part of the stage, and that's the worst thing that can happen in a speedrun.
And this is another place where Bumper can almost get you up a level, but not quite.
I find it interesting that with all these fire breathers, the place is still frozen.
Uh-huh. Because I'm not getting Healy-Hoo charges back, I'm gonna wait for a Heart of Health here. But yeah, something in this level drops a flower, but I don't remember what at all. Yep, we're playing on emulator. It is just so much easier than setting up a Dreamcast to play a patched game. Like, I still don't even really understand the whole thing with boot discs that you have to do. I know you did it once. But yes, I do legitimately own the game and have the manual, and it's got this amazing map of Napple Town in it. Alright, so the platforms start getting narrow, and we just need to make sure not to fall down. I'm gonna hit these and do this the safe way. And hit that. Oops, I missed. Oh, god, heck. Alright, it's fine. And be very careful here. And that will bring us to the end of this level. I remember borrowing, like, game manuals from people for games that I would never get to play, like, as a kid. Anyway, here's the boss, and this is Porch's skeptical face. And we have to fight this very short army, and the army's like, the leader's like, stop, do not be alarmed, and Fortune's like, don't worry, I'm not. Oh, well, okay then. And also there's this voluptuous ice sculpture. Anyway, they introduce themselves as the Ice Corps, and Fortune's like, did you say high score? Ice Corps! But anyway, we need to fight the Ice Corps now. Of Ice Guardians. Oh my god. Please give us a phase where we can do damage.
Are these phases random?
They seem to be.
Yep.
Okay, gotta dodge some lasers. Come on!
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen the RNG be this bad.
In the world record run, this phase went really fast, as opposed to what this is doing to us. Oof. Thank you for dying. And anyway, turns out one of the Ice Guardians was Melee. And we needed to rescue him from this fate so that he can show us how to make Phantom Stew. And we have stopped him from being under the power of that fascinating ice sculpture.
いつもと違ってかっこよくないもんね。そうだ、ここはハテナ玩具堂まで送っていってあげた方がいいよね。
Anyway, we've finished all the winter levels, but we still have to solve the mayor's problem. And I'm gonna go home. There's probably, if I could get good enough at this, at like not taking damage in the winter levels, then we could just go directly back into, go directly back in there and fix the mayor's problem right away. Oh no, we still have to go home to make the ice cream maker thing. But we could then, yeah. So the first time we come home, which is now, the first time we come home for a reason that's not getting a pedal, there's this note for us. It's telling us to find a certain ingredient on the roof. But yeah, we might be able to skip that entirely. But for now, I'm gonna make the ice cream maker thing.
And I still find it strange that Strain App runs an ice cream shop and doesn't already have an ice cream maker.
Yeah. Also, whenever we have to make a key item in this crafting room, Strain Up just does it for us so that we can't mess it up. Why doesn't he make the other ones for us? I don't know. Oh, wait, I remember where I'm going. I want to do this the fun way. Just routed out movement around town a little bit, and the yard next to 13 Ice Cream connects directly to Cecile's yard. And that will take us back here, because we need to finish up with Cecile's plot. She's not here. So we're going to take a look at her mirror again. Oh, here's Cecile. And she's like, I don't need anything else. I never did. And then she just disappears into the mirror. So we still got to figure out why the mirror has Cecile in its thrall and how we can help her with her nostalgia problem. Alright, so we go back into red and gold. So yeah, I guess if I had enough health and enough Paffet charges and stuff, I could have just gone directly from the Winter Gate back into Cecile's house and into these levels without going home. And then we can make the ice cream maker later. But it's nice to go home and get a full heal.
Yeah, that is like 5 levels in a row with no heals, so
Yeah.
I think you made the right choice.
Out. So we just gotta play this level again because we've got to go, you know, see what's the deal with Cecile's mirror again in the autumn version of her house. Oof. And kind of much like the thing with Alice, that's going to take us to a pretty cool level within a level called the Secret Garden.
よろしくね。
Just gotta wait for this mushroom to slowly go up. And the quiet elderly woman is gone. It's like, hey, I'm certain I've seen this mirror before. And here is old Cecile again. And she's just like, what a splendid dream, a night at the opera. So she is in particular like reminiscing about this like very fancy, opulent life that she used to have before she ended up in Napple Town or something. And then she's all sad about that and just spending all her time inside the mirror. And we need to go talk her out of her nostalgia. And so here's a level called the Secret Garden.
よし。
And it's got these 4 sub-levels to it. And we just need to complete the sub-levels by going around a big loop. I think it expects us to go to the right, but it seems a little faster to go to the left. Alright, so now it is Fluffly time. Because these, we could start out by getting on... Oh, come on. Do your thing.
よろしくね。 よろしくね。
What is your problem, Fluffy? Okay. I just need to stand away from the invisible wall also. So yeah, even with all that, these zip lines, despite their name, are not very zippy. They are very slow. And if we just float over all of them, then we get to go a little faster. Now we've got these switch timing puzzles. I actually didn't need to wait there. This is the one where you need to wait for a certain amount of time. So left, middle, hit the switch, wait a bit, right, left. There we go. And hit the switch and we're done with this subsection. Oh, right. I think that would have been a place to Fluffly, actually. But instead, we've just got to get this explodey frog to explode a wall for us. As long as I don't get hit by those, I can jump across the tops of these. And then we gotta hit the right combination of switches to make a platform like this. Good night, Xandra. I'm so happy everyone's staying up to see this game. I want more people to see this game. And here's another place where Fluffly's gonna help a lot. We would have to like do this timing thing where you go down and hit a switch and rush back up here to cross the bridge that it creates, but we don't need bridges anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna get on one of these. This is like a trivia game thing. There's signs that ask questions about things in the game, and then you choose the right zip line. But we're not gonna choose zip lines anymore. We're gonna choose Fluffly. And now we've opened the main gate. Just scoot in there. And we get to go even deeper inside the secret garden. This one, there's no choice but to go counterclockwise. And you just gotta kind of hit the particles at the blocks. Wait, we're not even trying to do that here. Hold on. We're trying to hop on this block. And then across the tops of these. Oh, come on. It really doesn't matter if I take damage in this level, because we're about to get a pedal, and this level doesn't even really have a boss. It has something else. It has a conversation. And yeah, the music is very good around here, as it is in much of the game. Oh, come on. Oh, what? It didn't work. There we go. Still gonna save in case, like, something goes terribly wrong, like power goes out. I don't know. It's been a while since we saved. And so we talk to old Cecile. We now recognize that she is old Cecile. And we say, hey, we need you to, like, take off your mask and like, learn to enjoy the life you have. And it's not quite that easy, but we're just going to talk through it with her. And she's just going to talk like she's 200 years old. And we're going to, you know, try to respond to her nicely. And so there are 2 doors in each section corresponding to 2 possible responses, and we just need to pick the nicer response. And if we pick the wrong response, then we kind of fall on some spikes and have to answer the question again. Or not question, but have to talk to, you know, repeat the conversation section. And so this is a track called Folly Fall, and it's the first track I heard from Napple Tale. It's the one that I found on file sharing many, many years ago, and made me look up what the heck Napple Tale was. And then I got the soundtrack, and I didn't even realize this track, for some reason, isn't on the official soundtrack. It is separately on, like, a Best of Sega CD. Where it definitely deserves to be. Also, the person singing is very likely Yoko Kanno herself. It's under her stage name, what is it, Gabriella Robin. Yeah, this segment is so pretty. And we just gotta talk to Cecile. It's like, hey, we need you here in Napple Town. People like you. You're so wonderful and graceful. And, you know, we want to know you better, even though if we say the wrong thing to you, you drop us on spikes. Whoa, half-coordinated raid. Awesome. And we're promising to throw Cecile a big party on her birthday, even though we're not going to be in this town for much longer. I don't know, time is weird here. Maybe it works. I don't actually know if I've heard that soundtrack. I should look it up. Thanks, Sorty Meeks.
Is there a moment here?
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. So I just wanted to welcome the Raiders from Half Coordinated's channel. You're watching Power Up with Pride 2020. We're running through the end of the 14th, 24 hours a day, benefiting the Trevor Project. Their link is in the panels below the stream, or you can use the charity command. If you're interested in donating, the link is right here.
So this fairy has quite an outfit. And so we got the fifth of our petals, the reverse time petal. And like there are these conversations Porch has with Strain Up where she's like, onward time and reverse time? Do those just mean future and past? And Strain Up's like, no, that's not it at all. You don't understand anything about how time works. It is very an outfit as well as a lack of one. Uh-huh. Howdy. Yeah, so there's Strain Up face palming. He's like, no, you don't understand at all. But whatever. He's not going to explain it. We don't need to understand. And it's time to go to sleep again. Good night, world. So this is going to be a very short day because after the City Hall meeting, we're just going to go back into winter to deliver the Phantom Stew to Frogcar, and that'll solve his problem, and then we'll get the winter petal also. Look, he's got an ice cream maker now. Don't know how he was running this place before, as Random Salience was saying.
But now that you have an ice cream maker, yeah, you can make the stew somehow.
Wait. Okay.
The stew is in fact made in an ice cream machine.
Anyway, Cecile's getting her life back on track. She's going to go to school with the much shorter children. She ages backwards or something. It's never quite explained. Yep. And, like, that was kind of the translator's decision, but they've got, like, a reason for, like, it's like her Japanese name is Pochi, and, like, Alright, so she could have been named Pooch or Poochie or something, but that is a terrible name.
Yeah, I've seen Poach.
Yeah,
In a
Poach.
previous turn.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a game fax or something that calls her Poach. Anyway, just a quick stop back in Fjordland because that's where Mayor Frogcar is. He needs his Phantom Stew.
Fortunately, they put his house near the beginning of the level.
Yep, we do not have to do too much of this stage again. Pochette. Huh.
フロッカーじいさんは SN のお願いにすぐに応じてくれたっていうより幻のシチューアイスが早く欲しくて
Anyway,
我慢できなかっただけかもしれ
Mayor
ないけど
Frogcar is doing whatever he needs to do to get Porch back her winter petal. And so we get the winter petal song.
眠る時は雪の中時間渡して起きれる
Starring Mayor Frogcar as Santa Claus.
こうして私は冬のペタルを取り戻すことができたんだ。そして冬が帰ったナップルタウンシルバーラインストリート。
So we've brought back all the seasons, and we've got all 6 of Porch's petals. So basically we're done here, and we get to go home. To be established in this conversation. Oh, but first, right, we're making the Phantom Stew, which looks like that. It even looks like ice cream for the mayor. And Porch is like, hey, I want some Phantom Stew also. And Thraynap's like, oh, I threw out the rest of it. It wasn't good enough. And I have no words. Anyway, Porch. You finally have all 6 of your petals. Now you can go home. And that means... Hasta la vista, SN!
What is the thing on Porch's back? I think it's like some sort of backpack. But it does look very strange.
Uh-huh. I think that is what it is supposed to be. Anyway, so we get to start the end game now. It's not as straightforward as I made it sound, but yeah, we're going up to Minister Druid, saying, hey, my soul's back together. Can I go home now? Do we have any unfinished business? We do not have any unfinished business. We're ready. Except Mayor Frogcar is barging in and is like, no, wait, we have to throw a celebration for Porch and for the absolutely minimal amount of things that she did to help the people of Napple Town.
She helped us for like 2 whole hours.
リトルマネーのじいさんは時間と金が無駄だと言って来やしなかったけど
No, it's not for real. That's just... I just say that everything about Porch's outfit is designed to be uncosplayable.
その方が何十倍もいい
Doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
とってもいい人たちだ
I wish I was better at cosplay.
Same.
そして最後に記念撮影ピエロ君が撮りました
Mm-hmm.
そしてついに礼拝堂でゲートが開かれポーチ・アリシアはもう新米卒業だ
And she's been calling Strainap the rookie spirit guide the whole game, but now she's calling him the full-fledged spirit guide.
帰る道に着いたのです
And so now we're in this wonderful level. It's got rainbows. And supposedly it's the bridge we came in on. And it looks all different now. And Strainap's kind of like, oh yeah, you're different now.
Yeah, so if it's changed to match your personality and it's all rainbows, I think that means that Porch is gay.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Possibly bi.
congratulations, Art.
She's pretty clear about being into melee,
Sure.
but like, you can still ship her and Cecile. Also, somebody in chat described the entire aesthetic of this level as gay Bowser, and I love that.
Well, we are here to say so long.
Uh-huh. Ow, spikes. The worst thing is when you have to jump and land on a platform that an enemy is already on, and you have to swing at exactly the right time. Or else you get knocked off and have to repeat a section. Oop, speaking of falling onto spikes, okay. Those things, they suck. Okay. Grab that health while we wait for the platform to come back. And at this point, we have made it partway through the Rainbow Bridge. And then we just get smacked in the butt by a clown, unexpectedly. It's very rude. And we're like, and the clown is being rude to Strainap, and we're like, hey, Strainap may be dumb. In fact, he is. He's really, really dumb. Or something like that. And there's another option that's like, but he is my friend. But no, we're going for frenemies. Anyway, so that happened. And Serena's like, hey, wait a moment. Wait. There's no change to your character model, but your petals are all gone. That's bad. So yeah, the clown stole the petals, and now we have to deal with that. And so Porch is returning to Napple Town, but on the way back, we see this photo. It's like the photo that was taken of the town, except now everybody's a clown, except Porch. So that's also bad.
So what's this about, like the goddess Alicia or something that popped up in the text?
Yeah. So, also, there's sometimes that, like, I forget if we've encountered this yet, but, like, Puro's been calling Porch, like, Porch Illusia instead of Porch Arisia, and has been generally implying that she is, like, actually the creator of this world, not just here by accident. which, you know, for one thing tracks with the idea that maybe it's all a dream. But anyway, welcome to the Clownpocalypse.
Oh no, this is terrifying.
Yep, everybody in Napple Town is a clown now. And we have to figure out how to undo that. We have to find Pierrot's secret plans. And one place that we find part of Pierrot's secret plan is in Pierrot's secret room, which is back here. Looks a lot like Porch's room, kinda.
His secret room inside the big circus tent.
Mm-hmm. Get to read his, Saving the Universe, Act 1, The Pierrotization Plan. So anyway, that's part 1 of the plan, and because Pierrot is just this arrogant, you know, part 1 was in his room, part 2 of the plan is in Porch's room.
Meanwhile, we have a $30 donation from Ren. Napple is a fun little game. Thanks for running.
Hey, thank you. Anyway, more rhymes. I'll use a blanket to dream of town, and then I'll dream we all were clowns. Anyway, time to go make a thing that can fix this. So once again, Stray Nap's doing all of the decoding and remixing for us to make a dream camera, because we can just do the opposite of what Pierrot did. And so now the next step is in Alice's house, because Alice has those comfy blankets, and therefore her house is going to be the perfect place to do this this dream. Right, so we dream of the correct version of Napple Town, and Stray Nap takes a photo of the dream, and now we need to put that photo back into the machine that makes photos real or whatever. Alright, so the Clownpocalypse is averted. But there's one more thing that we have to do, which is, of course, confront Pierrot and get our pedals back. And before we do that, I am going to stop at home and save, because we got some boss fights coming up. Once again, just better to be marathon safe. Anyway, the people are back, and we go back into the circus big top. And Pierrot is here, and he is very much having a normal one, just, you know, standing in the middle of a crumbling sandcastle model of Napple Town, monologuing. He's like, I lied? What is the truth versus a lie? Also, I lied because I love you. He says all kinds of manipulative things like that.
Porch is not having any of it.
Mm-hmm. And then he just directs to these two who turn out to be his henchmen. Please be so kind as to vanquish these two. So now we have to fight these two dudes at the same time, and we can do damage to them at the same time for the start of this, and then they separate. And I'm gonna deal with the one on the ground first. He's more threatening, harder to dodge. There, he's gone.
It sure is some boss fight music.
I love it. I love all the boss fight music in this game. And there we go. We've defeated Garg and Gomez. And Piero's just gonna dab on out of here for now. But Porch gets your pedals back. And then a bit of an interlude with Garg and Gomez. We didn't kill them. It's okay. I mean, Gomez is okay, and he's very concerned about his friend Garg. And Garg is okay too. And they're like, okay, how about we just go to the bar?
Yeah, I think there's a thing somewhere that explains that like they're being controlled by Piero.
Yeah, that would
and
make
like,
sense.
They're free, and they're just gonna go hang out at the bar.
All right. So once again, we get to go back into the chapel. Hey, we got a raid from Manacate. Thank you.
Thank you, Manacade, for the raid. Welcome to PUWP.
Anyway, back into the rainbow level. And I'm really glad that I can show this game to people because I want more people to appreciate this game, I want more people to play this game, and even speedrun this game. We've got a Discord for it. It's very small so far. There was a moment like a few weeks ago, it's like, hey, I want to find the Napple Tale community so I can like talk more about like what's going on in the game and the speedruns and stuff for it. And I tried to find the Napple Tale community, and then I was like, wait a minute, I am the Napple Tale community. But then we put together more people, including the translator Cargodin. So if you ever want to know like what's really in canon, you can just like we can just ask Cargodin, who has like learned a lot of stuff about the background of this game that they used to make this translation.
Oh, I have a link to the Discord. Should I post that in chat?
Yeah, if we're allowed to post links in chat, let's just do that.
I don't know.
Probably. Okay, Cat's gonna do it. Oh, Scala did it. Yay, thank you, Scala. So yeah, I was very happy to like discover, thanks to both thanks to Kat and, you know, people that she knew who were talking about it, that there was a fan translation of the game, and then to get to play the game, and to find out that it's a good game, and then to speedrun it, and also find out it's a good speedrun. Like, that's really fortunate for a game that I only know the music of. Like, a year ago, I only knew this game from its soundtrack, and I was very into the soundtrack. Let's get out Healy Hoo and also get a heal here if we can. I missed the cycle, dang. Like, just because a game has good music doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be good. I've heard about now another game from Chime, this developer, which is the Cowboy Bebop PS2 game. And I hear it has amazing music, given that it's Cowboy Bebop and also Yoko Kanno and stuff like that. But it's perhaps not a good game? Who knows? Still might try it sometime. Or get Kat to try it because it's beat 'em up. Anyway, we get to enter the last phase of Mirror Illusion, and Serenia's like, hey, wait, we gotta talk. If you leave this place, like, I'm worried that you're gonna forget about me. And Porch is like, wait, how could I forget the doofus who, like, accidentally took my soul away? And that conversation will continue in a bit. But yeah, we've got this level, which is beautiful, and it's kind of just a victory lap. It's a lot easier than the previous thing. You just have to go fast, because you got collapsing platforms and lightning and stuff. And you've got little spheres with the different characters bobbing around in the background, very subtly.
Switch back over to Fluffy. Is there one more skip?
Yep. I've only done this once before, but I think it helps. I forgot to do it during the world record run. But yeah, it seems faster.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a huge save compared to some of them, but yeah, probably a little faster.
Anyway, this is amazing music for a last level. This is amazing music.
This is probably my favorite song in the game. Well, except the epilogue song.
Mm-hmm. Probably don't need to save this much, but it's, you know, the final boss. Let's save before the final boss. Wait, let's also heal before the final boss. Whoa! Oh god, wait. That was a bad time to do that. Okay.
It's not healing.
It might have counted. Anyway.
Well, I mean, falling in is not healing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, Piro is monologuing about how he is the only complete being, and we're calling him a clown. It's a sick burn. Anyway, turns out we have to fight him because he's evil.
He's evil.
Also, he's trying to become God, just because, like, it's an RPG. The stakes have to be this high at the end of the game.
So the whole evil clown trope doesn't really seem to be a thing in Japan. So
Yeah.
it's entirely possible that, like, this was supposed to be an actual twist.
Yeah, and yet, like, there's definitely something going on in RPGs, but that's something I've heard also, is that, like, Like, they didn't have, Stephen King as part of pop culture, and people are generally not afraid of clowns in Japan, is something I'm told. But you do have Kefka and Pierrot. Bowser Jr.'s clown car.
The teleportiness is a little disorienting.
It sure is. Anyway, this is
Oh,
a
is it
fairly...
just turning the field?
I don't think so. I think he's teleporting. But anyway, that was Phase 1. Phase 1's pretty easy. Phase 2 can be a little bit rough. But we get a full heal for it. And yeah, time to attack and dethrone a clown. So in this phase, there's going to be like different attacks that correspond to the different seasons. Like here's the ice attack. Okay. Sometimes you can reach his hand while he's attacking. Here's laser season. I don't know what that is.
Ah, yes. Spring, summer, winter,
You want
fall,
a double
and
jump.
lasers.
Yep. I hate those mushroom crabs. I get stun locked on them. The dragonflies are autumn.
This is another one with a lot of RNG as to what attacks he uses.
But it doesn't seem to, like, have the same kind of, like, well, you'll never be able to hit him because you chose that particular attack.
Sometimes you can reach him during the ice attack, sometimes you can't. Anyway, there we go. That's phase 2. And phase 3 is going to be... it makes me think of, like, Photoshop Flowey in Undertale. Not nearly as creepy, just that, like, in the aspect that it throws everything at you at once, but also keeps healing you.
Everything happens so much.
Everything happens so much. Okay, so I get to put down the controller now, and there's only one reason that that's not time, which is that this is the All Songs run, and we haven't heard the last song yet. And the last song is really good, so we gotta wait around for it. I hope you're in for waiting for the last song with me. And we get to see like how this plot plays out, which just keeps getting higher stakes and more confusing. Yeah, we get these dramatic fade outs, and we're just like, I can't do it, SN! And Pierrot's just gloating about how he's completely invincible because he's a god. I can't do it, he's totally invincible. Porch, you have to do the thing. Yep. And that's the speedrun of this game. It starts with a lot of waiting, and it ends with a lot of waiting. Listen, Porch, it's time for you to remix the elusive 7th pedal. No, not the 7th pedal! There's been some dialogue about this where people are supposed to have 6 pedals, but if you have all 7 pedals, then you are like a complete being or a god or something. And apparently, the way we create the 7th pedal is by hitting something really hard with our racket. And Pierrot is like, it will all disappear. And there's an aspect to which, like, yeah, maybe this world's just gonna disappear because maybe this has just been Porch's dream the entire time. Maybe it's real. Maybe dreams are real. Maybe Porch actually was, spirited away to this world and is gonna come back to her world thinking it was a dream. There's all kinds of interpretations. But one thing we get an indication of is that Stray Nap does exist outside of Napple World, and he's in fact asked us to promise to remember him. And if we keep a piece of Napple World in our heart, then Napple World will still exist. Anyway, time for an animation that represents Porch doing the thing. Anyway, now Porch is a goddess, temporarily. I have seen lots of recommendations that I should try Nights into Dreams because I like this game, and it sounds like a pretty plausible recommendation, and I should try that game sometime. But anyway, we get more narration about Porch. You're a goddess now, but not for long. You can't keep the seventh petal forever. In this world of oft-forgotten daydreams, there is life. Blah blah blah. This sentence is very hard to follow. But in everlasting slumber, inside a rainbow of vivid colors, and that's the world we live in. The rainbow world of vivid colors. I agree. Anyway, we get the ending song, which is called Green Wings, and it's very pretty. And we get to see Porch return to the summer festival where this all started. So yeah, Porch is waking up at the summer festival. Oh no, it's a clown. But this is a nice clown. I'm just gonna hand Porch a balloon. Was there a Fluffly? Oh, the balloon. And, you know, you can kind of tell that the things in Napple Town are all just weirdified versions of things at the festival. Oh, the balloon's floating away. Probably don't recommend falling asleep at a festival. It probably won't be as cool as Porch makes it look. Anyway, time to walk home. Also, she's still got her metaphorical wings. Time. Alright, so if we wade through the credits, then we get to see a very short epilogue. I know I'm keeping y'all here while I'm like not playing a game anymore, but you know, y'all donated for this epilogue. So I guess I'll just do my shout outs now. So thank you to everybody who's putting this amazing event together, and for inviting me to it. Thank you to Random Salience for being on commentary with me, and to Sil for hosting. Thank you to Glitchwitch, because when I wouldn't shut up about this game, she was like, "Hey, do you know that you can actually play Dreamcast games?" And set me up to play the fan translation of the game. Just had to meet the right girl with a Dreamcast tattoo, and then I can play the game I always wanted to play. And thank you to Cargodin once again for making this translation exist. It is an enormous translation. There is so much text in this game. We just get the cast of characters going by in the background here, as well as silhouettes of the Napple Town buildings that they're associated with. We never met this this bear who's smoking a honeycomb or whatever that is. Or these brothers. Bean Bros. I don't think we met... Yeah, no, we didn't meet the cute blue-haired person either. He's the one who is yearning for the terrifying woman who was threatening to beat up Ellie. And you can do a subplot where you get him into the relationship with her. They actually both secretly want each other, and then they get into a relationship, and it's a terrible relationship, and the birdcage behind him is a metaphor, and then you have to get him back out of that relationship. Yeah. That's Ciel. She's Alice's friend. We talked to her briefly, but she's got a thing going on with eggs that we completely skipped by doing Alice's plot first. Kyle Bartender. Is my voice glitching out? Okay. Alright.
Sounds fine to me.
Cool. We get both versions of Alice there. The lyrics of this song are really fun nonsense, and apparently were written by a famous lyricist who's done a lot of well-known songs. I forget the details there. That just came to mind.
By the way, coming up next will be Fly Wrench, and then after Fly Wrench, some of the Power Up with Pride staff will be blind playing a queer-themed game.
That sounds exciting. I wonder if I'll still be awake for that. That'd be fun. Anyway, sad clown. And now we get our epilogue. See if I did the right thing. Yeah. So, there's a car parked in the driveway. It looks like Frog Car. Forge is like, where have I seen that car before? Well, who knows? It's stew time, but here's Straynap, and he is coming back to torment Porch some more. It implies Napple Tale too. It probably will never exist. But this is the Frenemies ending. And that's the game. See ya, Space Cowboy.
Yay.
All right. So thank you. I think I did like my sign off. So
Yeah, thank you, Arborelia, for the run, and thanks for everyone who put this together.
yeah, thank you, and yeah, thanks everyone for being here and for being here for this event. And that'll be it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Coming up next will be Fly Wrench by Killing Pepsi and Sean AB.